Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Tripp. Today we're talking about neuropathy and how you can get help from neuropathy or what you can do on your own to help with neuropathy. One thing I wanted to go over today was the fact that there are several different classifications of nerves. In other words, the type of nerves. We're not going to get into all the science and all the other stuff, but I do want to help you to understand that of those types of nerves, which type of nerve you're having affected means which symptom you're going to get. So type 1A nerve, doesn't matter the name. I don't want you to get hung up on that. But that type of nerve can control your muscles and your balance. So if you have it, your legs might feel heavy or you might feel weak. But if you have that type of nerve damage in your legs or feet, then one, you'll feel legs heavy, one, you'll feel weakness, and then as it gets worse and worse and worse in your neuropathy, you'll start to have balance problems. Now, balance problems can be a huge thing. So, many people as they get older start to get less and less balance. In other words, you start to lose your balance. And one of the number one causes of problems for people over 60 are falls. When they lose their balance, fall, and they can get hurt or even break a bone or break a hip. And sometimes they heal and sometimes they never heal. Sometimes it can be catastrophic when these falls happen. So we want to make sure you stay as balanced as possible, but it starts years earlier when there's damage to the type 1A nerve, and you might only notice your legs feel heavy. How many people have their legs feeling heavy? And I'm sure a lot of you do. And so if the legs feel heavy, you might have a weakness. Most of the time in the beginning stages, you have to test to see if it's weak. You don't just go like, oh, how do I feel? I feel weak. No, you're going to feel fine. But when we go to test the legs, there's actually weakness showing. And so when that happens, that means that you're already in the category of somebody who's going to eventually start with balance problems. Maybe it takes 5 or 10 years before you develop into that balance problem. When would it be best to deal with a balance problem? When you're starting to fall, when you fall a whole bunch, or maybe way back when it's only a type 1A nerve sensitivity and your legs are feeling heavy and you correct it. Now they don't go to a problem where you're so off balance that you're now falling. Now, if somebody is in that direction, you've already gotten bad, you're already off balance, and you know it, you kind of run into the walls, you have to hang on to things, or you're using a walker or a wheelchair. When your balance is that bad, there's 4 major things that really affect your balance. And obviously, number one is going to be the correlation between the eyes, the brain, and in the feet. So those are your top 3 problems that can occur. Now, we use the Biodex Balance Test machine to figure out which of the 3 is your major issue. So is it the eye and the correlation to how you feel the ground? Is it the brain and the correlation to how you feel the ground? Or is it just what you feel in your feet? In other words, if you're losing that sensitivity and that was the only problem. And so that's the top 3 causes of balance. And then the 4th is weakness. People who are losing their balance, generally speaking, are weak in the muscles in their legs. So we start by strengthening the muscles in the legs for every person. All of us need to have a little more strength. We need to have a little more ability to get up and down and move our bodies around. However, you need to find out, is there a connection brain-eyes, or is it proprioception, just meaning what you feel? And that's where neuropathy comes in. So a lot of times the 1A nerve is damaged. You're not feeling appropriately. Therefore, you're not going to be able to stay balanced on the floor. And your balance goes off, and as well as the neuropathy growing. So you may have the buzzing, the tingling, the fuzzy feeling, the cramping. By the way, another symptom that you may have if you have neuropathy would be at night being woke up when you're trying to sleep. So a lot of people who have neuropathy, they can't sleep properly. And so that's another one. But depending on which one it is, that's really where you need to be looking is which nerve is your particular nerve. And if it's the 1A nerve, we know balance is going to be an issue eventually. So I always say just start addressing it right away. Get yourself checked to see, do you have neuropathy? In other words, are you beyond 85, do you have neuropathy at all? That's the first part of the test. We do the test for neuropathy severity. And if you have neuropathy, how bad is it? And so on our grading scale, it goes 0 to 5, no neuropathy. 6 to 8 means you have it. 9 to 11 means you have a moderate amount. 12 or higher means it's severe. And when it gets up to beyond 18, so 19 or higher on our grading scale, then that means that it is permanent at the 19 or higher. That is really not going to get better. So we want to check, make sure, do you have it? If you do have it, can it be fixed? In other words, can you get better? And once we find out, yes, you can get better, then there's certain treatments that you can do to actually improve that. One of them is, if you have type 1A, work on your balance. So I want to encourage you to get yourself checked if you're having numbing, burning, tingling in your hands or in your feet. then get the test. Find out if you have it. Find out if it's actually neuropathy or something else. And then find out, can you be helped? And then there's things we can do to teach you what to do. So if you want to find out more, I want you to give the office a call, 724-342-2225. Also, you can check out and find out more information at my website at drjasontripp.com. Talk to you soon.